Lame Truth here, and I have a lot I want to cover this video. I have a lot of people I want to insult this video, and I have a lot of people I want to make upset this video, inadvertently or maybe even advertently. So, in my Battlefield 6 criticisms video that I posted a few days ago, I was very surprised to see that there was not a lot of disagreement there, even though I'm a Call of Duty player. And I think the reason is because I've been playing FPS for like, just let me check my watch here. Oh, 24 fucking years. I mean, all over the place. I've been playing since Half-Life 1 on my compact Presario, fucking 2001 piece of shit PC. You know, I've been at this a while. And I don't really like to try to make other FPS just COD clones. I don't like to make them Battlefield clones. I don't like to make them Rainbow Six Vegas clones. I don't like to make them Halo clones. I like each FPS to be their own thing. So my Battlefield 6 criticisms video, I mean, it's pretty much what other Battlefield players have been saying. You know, like I'm not like reinventing the wheel here. So I have more, I think, clout than a Face Swag or a Tim the Tatman or a Nick Merckx or whatever, that every other word that comes out of their mouth when talking about Battlefield 6, it pertains to the BR.
Battle Royale, Battle Royale, Battle Royales.
Battle Royale or BR? BR?
BR. Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
I'm excited for the Battle Royale.
I mean,
The game itself, not the BR. I think I'm into a little bit of it, like the TDM. Maybe we can play it for a couple days.
And I'm not that fucking person. Fuck the BR, all right? Fuck fucking Battle Royale in general. I'm probably gonna piss people off just saying that, but fuck that game mode. I hate it. It sucks. I'm here to play some damn Battlefield. Take your Warzone Fortnite One Life mode and shove it up your ass sideways. All right? I don't give a shit about BR. I never will. You will not see me play 1 second of it on this channel. I'm just not into it. I stand by that. I understand I'm losing money just by doing that. I do not care. I am not going to play something I do not enjoy. But regardless, because I am like that, I think my opinions and my criticisms and my, I don't know, everything regarding FPS in general is taken a bit more seriously. I do not want Battlefield 6 or any Battlefield game to become like Call of Duty Light. So when I say what I'm about to say in regards to this skin drama that's going around, trust me, I understand. I've even said, and I quote, "Give them an inch, they take a mile," in regards to Call of Duty, Activision, and what they do. And maybe some people are so burned with EA that they don't want to give them even a millimeter, because that's technically what this is. And I get that. You know, EA is no saint. EA is still EA at the end of the day. They're not as bad as Activision Blizzard, but they're not great either. So I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I really do. But I think at a certain point, this becomes a bunch of weird, like, incel neckbeards just screaming into the void about how they want Battlefield 6 to be this Milsim experience, despite it still being an arcade shooter. I hate to break it to you guys. This is still a video game. You're not in a real war. Like, I don't know, man. I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off just saying this stuff, but I'm not going to side with, like, the people that want to live out there. I joined the military fantasy, but they could never do it because they're not brave, tough, or thin enough to actually get in. So, yeah. There needs to be something in the middle. You ever heard the term, the truth lies somewhere in the middle? I think with Battlefield, we need to stay more in the middle. We don't need Nicki Minaj and farting unicorns and stuff, but we also don't need every fucking skin that comes out to be like TV static gray. It's just, I don't know. I'm going to cover all this and more. This is the Reddit thread in question, by the way. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to cover the title of this video, which is sadly not clickbait in the slightest. I got a very interesting email I need to delve into. But we're going to cover all this and more after a brief word from this video's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Fume. Now, habits can be good or bad. One of my bad habits is I leave the seat up in my bathroom, and every woman in my life, when they sit down, just disappear into the void, and I never see them again. I need to work on that. Fume is a flavored air device designed to help people move away from vaping and other bad habits which can cost you an arm and a leg and hurt your health as well. There is no vapor and no nicotine, just flavor with Fume. Instead of inhaling these harsh chemicals, you simply breathe in natural, non-toxic flavors that satisfy the cravings without the downside. Fume is great if you are a fidgeter. A lot of you guys are looking like Ricky Bobby out there with your hands. Fume helps you curb that bad habit as well and gives you something just to keep your fingers occupied. And don't worry, guys, Fume feels premium. This isn't some cheap thing. This is like real wood, great high-quality build, sleek aesthetics, you name it, Fume's got it. So guys, over 500,000 people have already made the switch to Fume. Why not join them? If you're ready to try it for yourself, now is the time. For a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack using my code BLAMETRUTH, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to help level up your experience. So click the link in the video description or the pinned comment, or scan the QR code on the screen to get yours today. So this is what has everyone up in arms. The first Battle Pass skin with blue in it has made people lose their fucking minds. 21,000 upvotes. This is that Call of Duty PTSD I was talking about in my last video, where people are scared. Like, the damage done by Call of Duty, it's like a cancer. It's just spread to every FPS. They're scared, Battlefield fans are scared that this is going to lead to ridiculous skins in the future. However, I need to just break this down logically, because this is just a fucking argument if I've ever seen one. It's on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, all the people that defend the absolute nonsense in Call of Duty as far as their skins go, this is on the other end of the spectrum, okay? So I need to call this out as well. And if I don't call this out, then my entire logic since like 2007 goes up in smoke. So I have to just speak my piece and say the truth here and kind of bring people back to reality, all right? The blue skin I just showed you is essentially this from a grounded war game in 2007. Look. Blue Tiger camo from Call of Duty 4 from 2007. This is what has 21,000 people on the Battlefield 6 subreddit freaking out. And here are the rest of the skins, I think, with the Battle Pass. And I gotta be honest with you guys. I see no issue with any of these skins, personally. I mean, I understand that some people want this, like, olive drab, you know, like, super realistic camo experience in Battlefield 6. But if we go back to Battlefield 1, even, we had this, which is way more outlandish than anything I showed you. Absolutely no one will be running around with a golden inscribed gun on the battlefield in real life, because it's not real life. It's a video game. Going back to the Call of Duty 4 kind of reference there, right? With the blue tiger camo, there was also red tiger camo. And these are just kind of fun little colorful things you can put on your gun. Did it take you out of the immersion of Call of Duty 4? I don't think so. In fact, I remember when Call of Duty 4 came out, there were a lot of people on like GameFAQs forums and whatnot that were huge fans of Call of Duty 2, for example, that actually complained about this stuff. And they were just like wanting this super realistic World War II experience. But if you do that, if you just like pigeonhole yourself into this super strict set of rules, you fail to evolve. And I'm going to say something a bit shocking and brave here, and I don't think anyone would care because these games are like 20 years old now, but Call of Duty 4 it's like a better game than Call of Duty 2 in about every single way, in my opinion. I don't think that's a controversial opinion. I think Call of Duty 4, from the multiplayer to the single player, is a better game than Call of Duty 2. Did these camos make a difference in that? Did the flashy, immersion-breaking blue tiger camo change any of that? No, it did not. Back in the day with Call of Duty World at War as well, a lot of people were bitching that in World War II, you didn't have these, like, dot sights or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's a video game. So eventually, people just were like, oh, it's fine. Like, they got used to it. and the dot sites in World at War, no one would even think to complain about that now. Most people just have pretty good memories about that game because it was a solid World War II arcade shooter. And the key word here is arcade shooter. That's still what it is at the end of the day. I mean, look what I'm doing here. I'm chasing down a tank with a blowtorch to quote-unquote repair it. This guy comes at me with a blowtorch, trying to blow my face off like he's a plastic surgeon in a back alley of a New York City strip club. It's a fucking video game, man. Stop taking it so seriously. If you take it this seriously, then sign up and actually serve your fucking country and stop being a pussy. You want a real war experience, man? I've got people in my comment section that actually serve, and I respect the hell out of them because they are way braver than me or you. You know what I'm saying? And I've been the first to call out Call of Duty for using real wars and then putting in like Snoop Dogg and fantasy bisexual elves and Seth Rogen smoking pot and stuff like that because it's disrespectful to the real conflicts that happened and the people that served and died or came back fucked up. And you know that's true. I was the first to call that stuff out. But just like, I don't know, man. The color orange, I don't think is going to offend anyone. And this isn't even based on, you know, a real event that happened like the Gulf War or World War II or whatever, you know? So I truthfully think this stuff is fine. I understand where people are coming from. And I understand that it's not even really their fault. They have Call of Duty PTSD. They don't want the game to turn into Call of Duty version 2 with stupid skins, so they're calling this stuff out now. This is that PTSD, that damage that Call of Duty caused for the past 6 years that I am talking about. I still have people convinced there is SBMM and EOMM in Battlefield 6 multiplayer or whatever in my comment section. Like, it's you cannot win. That remains to be seen with the Battle Royale, but as far as the just Conquest multiplayer that I mostly play, I notice no SBMM or EOMM or anything of the sort. It's just Call of Duty has fucked people up. So in a lot of ways, I get it. I think with Season 2, if things continue to get worse, then call it out. Then I'll be on your side. But, I mean, I just don't want every fucking cosmetic in this game, personally, to be like TV static gray or whatever. And like, I don't really see anything in this that's worse than something I would have made back on Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. I kind of want to cover those games because those games were, I think, truthfully pretty milsim. Like, I think Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 are the most realistic shooters I personally have ever played. I don't know. If you missed out on playing those, I think they're good games to go revisit, like phenomenal single-player campaigns. But just take a look at this here, okay? In that game, you could create your own kind of soldier for single player and multiplayer as well, for that matter. I think in the second one, you could even do something as ridiculous as use your Xbox Vision camera to take a picture of your face, but a lot of people used it for other things. They took pictures of other people or took pictures of like their box fan in their room or whatever and made it pretty silly. But for the most part, every single creation in that game is nothing worse than what I am seeing in the Battlefield 1 like skins. So I don't know, man. That was a very realistic game, and again, you could choose to kind of add your goofy face to your soldier or whatever, and most people didn't care because it was either funny or interesting or, you know, it was a nice customization tool. And a lot of the uniforms and stuff, I mean, they were pretty colorful. I think they were all fairly grounded, but at the same time, I'm just not seeing a big issue. And a lot of the Battlefield content creators out there that also cover this don't see a very big issue either. And I think this is just, I don't know, making a mountain out of a molehill. In Season 2, if things get crazier and they keep going with it and they keep pushing with it, then push back. But as it stands, man, I would say let this one just kind of be its own thing. If they end up changing the colors and making it a bit more drab, I wouldn't mind that either. I am not that picky either way. But if it still bothers you and you're still just so upset at the color orange and blue and maybe a little yellow and green, I would recommend maybe putting on a monochrome filter. Pretend like you're in an old war tape. You know, you want that realism, right? You want that milsim experience. Well, Turn your HUD off. You don't need a mini-map. That's not realistic. You also don't need to be using the repair tools. The defibrillator, definitely not realistic. In fact, after you get shot in the head by any bullet, you should probably just roll around on the ground until someone kills you, because that's also not realistic. Maybe go play the hardcore mode in Portal or something like that, where you die in like one bullet to the toe. There are a lot of things you can do to circumvent these skins coming to the game. You know, you can. Again, just turn your color completely off. Turn your HUD off. Stop using these unrealistic gadgets and proceed to run around the battlefield like you're in a 1942 fucking war film. Okay? Just do that. There you go. Problem solved. All right, now on to the second part of the video. Let's get that thing music going, because, oh man, this is gonna get juicy. I got an email, and it's probably just best if I read this email for you verbatim. So, without further ado, let's get right on into it. The full story. I built a zombies mode in BF6 Portal called Project Osiris 2 days after launch. It went viral, 1K plus views in 24 hours. Congratulations, by the way. Got mentioned by Jack Frags, Tactical Brit, Garbit, and others. The mode was purely gameplay, wave-based survival, mystery box mechanics, perk systems, all generic game design concepts that exist in hundreds of games. Then EA sent me this. To paraphrase this message, we have disabled the Portal experience you created after receiving an intellectual property notice from Activision Publishing, Inc. I started digging into whether Activision actually enforces this stuff consistently. Turns out they don't at all. Before I get to the next part, I'm sure you guys have heard of some things getting taken down from the Portal, mode. Mostly shipment and stuff like that, COD maps and whatnot. And I kind of predicted this, but not to this petty, disgusting level. That last sentence there that he said, turns out that they don't enforce this stuff consistently, is the red flag. As if you needed another reason to leave Activision, Microsoft, and the rest of those fucking narcissists behind this year with Call of Duty. This should be the number one thing. Like, maybe you're sold on them giving you some fucking relief from their horrible matchmaking system this year, and actually listening, finally, after getting cock-stomped in every measurable metric, buy Battlefield 6, and don't buy that Circana bullshit that they came out with. I'll make another video on that in due time, but I don't want this video to be like 45 minutes long or whatever. But regardless, back to the email. This guy gives evidence of Activision's hypocrisy, live and in 4K here. BF4 weapon pack in Black Ops 3, Steam Workshop, and I'll show a screenshot of this. It's still up. It's still up to this day. Literal Battlefield 4 weapons ported into COD, still on Steam Workshop right now, no takedown from EA. Counter-Strike's Dust 2 and COD Zombies. This is where it gets interesting. Multiple versions across BO3 and World at War. Direct recreations of Valve's iconic map. Activision allows it. Halo weapons and maps in Black Ops 3. Microsoft's IP freely used in COD custom content. This is before the buyout, of course. No enforcement. Hundreds of COD Zombies modes in other games. Gary's Mod, 15 plus years of COD Zombies content. Roblox, games with millions of players. Fortnite Creative, COD map recreations with codes. Minecraft, countless COD Zombies recreations. All of them are still up. The real reason they took this down, this isn't about copyright. This is about competitive damage control. Activision are only going after Battlefield 6 and EA because they are desperate and fucking pussies. While the community is distracted with some blue tiger camo and a guy with some orange on his outfit, this is happening. This is the real thing that the community should be up in arms about. I'm not trying to downplay the fact that, yes, EA could make the skins a little crazier in the coming seasons, and I'm not trying to downplay people's PTSD with the cancer that is Call of Duty leaking into other FPS games like Battlefield 6. I understand your concerns. I'm just trying to say that they're not that important. This, however, fucking is. Instead of the Battlefield community, and what I'm about to say will fucking piss you off, maybe. I don't really give a fuck, though. The Battlefield community, what they should be complaining about is stuff like this right here. Stop bitching about the fucking color wheel in the video game and start bitching about this stuff right here. I mean, again, you give Activision an inch here, they will take a mile. I mean, we should not allow this. In fact, every single Call of Duty player should be calling this out as well. Not just the Battlefield 6 community, but the Call of Duty community. In fact, seeing this is so fucking disgusting. I don't even want to, I no longer want to play Black Ops 7. I already covered them lying to our fucking faces. I covered that ridiculous Matt Scrontz interview where he answered questions and whatnot, and it's complete bullshit. I made like a 30-minute video calling out the lies and hypocrisy just in that particular Q&A, that like 2-minute long Q&A section. Guys, we need to stick together here because I don't think the enemy is EA anymore. I don't think them putting like some orange and some blue in the fucking battle pass is a reason to freak the fuck out on the Reddit, but I think this is. Let's continue reading this email. There's more, and this guy brings up excellent points, okay? Why what they're doing matters. If Activision can weaponize copyright claims to shut down user-generated content on competing platforms, it sets a dangerous precedent. Game mechanics are not copyrightable. Wave-based zombie survival exists in thousands of games. Mystery boxes, perk systems, round-based gameplay. These are industry standard design patterns. Either Activision enforces this everywhere, impossible, and would kill their own community, or they admit this selective enforcement targeting Battlefield. Activision claims BF Zombies mode violates their IP while hosting EA's Battlefield weapons in their own games workshop. You can't make this up. I've built a community Discord, 80+ members, distributed the mode files so it can't be killed, and documented everything. I'm ready to rebrand if needed, but I want people to know what Activision pulled here. You've been calling out COD's BS for years. You cover industry hypocrisy. This is both. I completely agree, and thank you again for sharing. The story writes itself. Activision uses copyright to attack Battlefield Portal while hosting Battlefield content in Call of Duty. And this guy, I'm sure, has evidence, like hardcore evidence and emails and whatnot and screenshots to back all of this up even further if I need to delve into it. He has offered to help me out every step of the way, so I may do a follow-up video on this particular one. But no, it's not right for this guy's creation to be taken down. You cannot copyright fucking zombies. At that point, George Romero would rise up out of the fucking grave and copyright strike Call of Duty all the way back in 2008, you know, with COD Zombies. I fucking hate this timeline. I really do. I feel like everyone just gets distracted with bullshit, and this is like kind of a societal problem. I'm not sure what it is in Western civilization, but it's like people get distracted while things just crumble around them, you know? The Battlefield 6 Battle Pass is not a concern. Like, stop giving so much attention to this, please, and focus on what Activision Blizzard is doing, trying to take down Battlefield Portal content and essentially gut a mode. If anyone at EA sees this, any lawyers at EA sees this, fight back against this and take down the shit that's in Call of Duty's older titles from your games. Take down that Battlefield 4-pack, please. Like, if they're gonna play dirty like this, you might as well play dirty right back. And it sucks for the people, the players that just want to create stuff in other games and have it, you know, play it on other games. But like, they started it. Activision started it, you know? Like, if EA wants to finish it, then that's the price we have to pay. But dude, I just do not like this whatsoever. And I have a burning question, a realistic question here. Maybe someone more versed in this, maybe someone more intelligent on the matter can answer this in my particular comments section below. But this is the question. Please, someone answer it. How does one realistically copyright a multiplayer map in a shooter? Whenever I see the names of these maps in Call of Duty, for example, they don't have any sort of trademark symbol, you know, like, I don't think you can trademark the term shipment, you know what I mean? I don't think you could realistically copyright the geometry of a multiplayer map in a shooter. I don't know, man. I don't know the legal mumbo jumbo with this, but I feel like this is completely baseless, and EA are just succumbing, maybe because Microsoft has more money than they do, and they don't want to fucking deal with it in court, at least until the Saudi Arabia buyout of EA, that is. But it's just a fucking mess. Regardless of all this, the players suffer. You know what I mean? Like, the players just suffer because of Activision being fucking cockroaches yet again. This whole, we're taking out EOMM, we're listening, we're taking out SBMM, we're making the maps 3-lane again. Hey, we remembered how to count to fucking 3. Buy our game. I'm sorry, I am not buying this shit for a fucking minute. You can take the cockroaches out of the house, but you can't take the fucking cockroaches out of the owners of the house. And Activision Blizzard, every suit and tie motherfucker there, are cockroaches to their very core. They will continue to fuck over the player base, whether you are playing Call of Duty or not. And by the looks of things, they are gonna get away with it because people are too busy trying to fight EA on some fucking skins in the Season 1 Battle Pass, rather than really call this out. Like, this is what should be getting the 21,000 upvotes on fucking Reddit. You know? Will it? Probably not. This is probably just going to be a video that exists and it gets swept to the wayside and no one else really covers it and people just allow it to happen. And I am sick of this shit. This is why you are worried about these skins in the first place, because you have let Activision Blizzard, the Call of Duty community as a whole, have let Activision Blizzard get away with this stuff for 6 years. I have been calling it out. Me, guys like me, my viewers, and yet we are back to square one. We have people terrified EA is gonna start putting in, I don't know, the color magenta in a skin, to the point where they are completely blind to stuff like this happening. Seriously, spread the word on this, please. I beg you. I'm out of time though, guys. Our victory is imminent here on Conquest. But I do not want to see Portal get gutted because of Activision Blizzard throwing their weight around. Fuck this, man. If you're a Call of Duty player and you don't even play Battlefield, do me a favor, please, and still call this out. If you play Battlefield, take a break from trashing EA and the stuff in the game and go after the real enemy, which is Activision Blizzard. I am begging you. Those are my final thoughts. I'm out of time. I'm gonna go open up a fucking Blamewiser. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace. Oh yeah, and thank you again, Fume, for sponsoring this video. Check them out, guys.